Hi, I'm Josh, and this is Cars and Joshy.
Hey, welcome to Cars and Joshy. Today I'm going to be working on replacing my chain hoist on my 10x14 door with a motor. So let's get started. All right, first things first, I guess I'll show you how to operate a drop trailer for those of you that's never rented one. I rented this drop trailer and lift for a couple $100 from a local equipment renter. So these things have a lever right here. It's got a hook, hooks into this bar right here. So as you're doing this, you want to make sure that you push up on this lever at the same time that you're moving this switch. So this is a battery main power switch, and then this is the up and down switch for the actual deck of the trailer. All right, so to hold the door, what we did was cut some 2x4 and laid it across the joists, took some toe straps, wrapped it around in between the door there, and held it up with some ratchet straps, just to kind of help with any sway that might happen when we unbolt the chain and have to lift up and put the motor on and stuff. But yeah, we're gonna get back on the lift and get back up there and check out the removal of the gears for the chain hoist. Okay folks, so this is what we're looking at. We've got this gear ring that's attached to a smaller gear that runs right inside here. And this gear ring is attached by some Allen head bolts. So that needs to come off. This bracket needs to be loosened up. Some bolts under here. All these set screws need to be loosened up. And then all of this stuff can just like slide off of here. And so that's why we have to strap this up. You can see these holes here are, you know, whatever door manufacturer this is, that's how their drum looks, but or their plate looks, but a lot of them are different. And so this garage door opener that I have, the idea is these ears that stick out here should go in between those two holes, and when this piece on the opener rotates, that's how it lowers and raises the door. But not all these are the same, so a lot of people have been modifying these to get it to fit, and that's what I'm gonna have to do, because it doesn't look like the width between these two ears here is more narrowed than between those holes. So I'll probably have to just cut another hole like in the middle here so that I can straddle the openings to turn this. So next step, let's take all of this chain hoist stuff off. We had a little bit of trouble getting the chain off because this end of the pipe here, tension bar, was flared out on this side. So we had to do a lot of filing down with a file. And finally I ended up using a slide hammer and a two jaw puller on here to slide that off and pop this off. And then we were able to get the chain and all that stuff is in that box down there. The ring gear and the chain everything is in that box. And so once we got that off, this was just sitting on the L bracket that was coming across here. There's some holes right there, and it was on some square tubing, and then some holes up there for an L bracket that came down. I held on that bracket to bolt this on there. So we got that off, and I had some scrap metal lying around. So I drilled some holes, put in 3 bolts to hold that together. Now I'm going to put this back on, and it should pretty much go almost in the same exact spot right here to bolt this on. And then hopefully my measurements were good enough to get this motor lined up and put on the other piece. So we'll see how that works out. But before I put all that bracketry back up there, I'm gonna try and see if I can maybe slide some PVC pipe over these, over these dowels that stick out for the motor, and maybe that'll, because you can see how much play is in here. So I want to try and tighten that up a little bit more, and hopefully that PVC pipe will work for that. And once that's done, this thing will be ready to kind of hook back up. One of the things that I had to do was loosen up the bolt on this. This is just a stopper for the roll-up door. It's like the top limit for it. So I had to get that up, and the door is rolled all the way up. And just in case anybody's wondering why this is done with the door up, is because that's when all the tension on the spring inside here is off. And so when the door is down, all the tension on the spring is it's full tension on there. So that's why these are done with the door raised up. What I ended up doing in here was I just got some 1.5 inch PVC and cut it and slid it on these ears here, and just got a screw holding them on there. So I don't know how long that's gonna last, and I don't think I really needed it, but it fills in some of the gap here in this factory hole right there, and that's just a 2-inch hole that I cut with the hole saw for the other one. So I think that'll do all right. I've got this brace back in exactly where it was, using the same holes that were there before. And I mean, this is almost right back where it was. You can see where the set screw was before. The only difference this is offset now is because there's a little bit of difference in the width to get this motor on instead of the chain. So got this going through, got this bracket bolted through to this one, so I think that's pretty good. Got clamped down pretty decent on the shaft here, and I've got a good enough gap between the door and the motor, so I think we're good there. Well, I finally got it set up and it is working. So it makes a little rubbing on this side over here, but the motor is strong enough to push through it though. And I went ahead and programmed both remotes. They got a little bit of weight to them, but it allows me to stop the door while it's in travel and reverse direction and all that stuff. But let me go ahead and send it up. See, once it gets past that point, it's not as loud. And it starts rolling pretty good. Something got down in my door though, and it's making scratches all over the backside of it. I don't know what it was. I think you could hear it grinding a little bit as it was rolling up, but anyways, got it to stop at the upper limit there where I've got the little tab there, the limiter tabs on there, and press the same button and it'll go down. Like I said, you can press it to stop, press it again, it'll reverse directions. Press it again. Let's go all the way down. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I think when it hits right around here somewhere, it starts like wobbling and yeah, maybe it was lower. It was somewhere around there. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I wish I would have had a ladder that got up there so I didn't have to rent a trailer and a scissor lift, but you know, I'll be able to get this one with just a ladder whenever I decide to do it, but I'm not too worried about that one just yet. I just wanted to get a motor on one of the doors, and this is the main door, so it should be all good. One more time, we'll go up. you have it. Thanks for watching Cars and Joshy. Josh out.